you should get a little thing saying the host is recording. So I just wanted to first say thank you for being tremendous troopers and truly being my partner, because you guys have really been my second pairs of eyes and ears, and you guys have become or continue to be a teacher at home. So I just wanted to go over some of these things as we restart, as we kind of get the wheels going, just to kind of touch base on some things. First grade, that's me. I like Bitmojis because it makes me look younger, but you know, the kids already know how old I am, so I had to tell them, I couldn't lie. And one of the biggest things, and I know a lot of the questions that we had was dual immersion during distance learning. It's still going to continue. We are still going to continue with these 3 pillars. These are our guides, and we're going to continue to go through it. So that's something that I want to remind you, especially first grade, that you guys just had 3/4 of kindergarten. These are our pillars that guide our program. These are the pillars that say, yes, this program is going well, or no, this program is not. So we use these guides, we use these like a rubric to really see where we are as a school. So we really take these seriously. So this is something that, even though we're afar, we still follow them. So I just wanted to share that with you, and we use this book, The Guiding Principles, as our guide. 90-10, you're gonna see this week, we started with that 10% of English. So we're starting it this week. Why did we wait so long? Because I wanted to build that rapport. I wanted to make sure that I knew my kids. I wanted to make sure that I provided them with that stability with me first before I send them to their English teacher. So that's why we kind of took, but we will continue kinder and first grade. That whole 90-10 still continues. It is going to look different because of the hours we have. Okay, so that's the part that it is a little bit different, because everything in white is all Spanish. The only thing that's English, it's that yellow component when they go with Maestra de la Garza. So again, you see how much Spanish they're getting, and you're probably thinking, oh my goodness, that's a lot. It is because of the amount of time. So we're really, within those 3 hours and 50 minutes that they're with us, we really want to give them as much Spanish as we can. So this is our kind of schedule that we've been using, and you should see some of the resemblance of it through our agenda. And then I'll go over that. So I did want to just bring it out that this is what our schedule looks like as far as minutes within our dual language program within distance learning. And please, if you guys have any questions, just let me know, okay? You can just stop in, or, you know, I'm good. I did want to just remind end of year expectations. This is just the beginning, but they are going to get literature in Spanish. As far as the literature component is basically your stories, your message, beginning, middle, end, all of those skills. Informational text, we're starting already, answering questions, looking for, you know, key details. And you've probably heard our little song, datos y detalles, datos y detalles, datos y detalles y conclusión. So those are some of the things that we're going to work on all year. And fluency, our end of year, is 60 words per minute. Yes. Question? No? I'm just going to review these for you. Math, these are the skills for end of year expectation for them to add and subtract within 20 with fluency to 10. That's why we work on number bonds so much. You know, enlace numéricos, you're going to hear that word a lot. Enlace numéricos. So that missing addend, and we're practicing that within number bonds as well. Place value, counting to 120, comparing digits. These are all those, and again, I want to emphasize end of year expectation. Don't expect it right now, but we're going to keep working on it, and we're going to use what they taught in kinder and add to it. We're still using our Common Core math, and we're going to supplement with Go Math. The only reason that I have not assigned Go Math is because I wanted to make sure that every child had the book. So now that every child will have the book, I'll be able to assign some pages for them to use there. Writing, narrative writing, opinion writing, informative, explanatory. Again, it's that writing component. And how are they sharing their ideas? How are they participating? And I know this is a biggie. Capitalization, punctuation, grammar, and Spanish. It's natural for them to switch, you know, some of the verb tense and all of that. That's natural for them as they're learning a new language. The printing legibly, I know that's a toughie too, because they don't have a lot of that paper pencil, and we're giving them opportunities to do it on Seesaw, which at times I understand can be a little hard with the stylus or writing on things. So know that I understand this, and we're trying to figure out a different way to reach out so that they can do that. Spelling grade level, how to spell grade level words appropriately, knowing their high frequency words, knowing their phonics or phonetica that we're starting this week. All of that is going to get us to that end of year expectation. The biggest thing is that, I know it sounds like a lot, the 3 hours and 50 minutes of daily learning. And what it means is they're either in small group with me, whole group, or independent. I do take attendance, and I actually have not had a problem with our class as far as attendance goes, but I do take attendance, especially this week. Are they coming back? And I know it's hard, but are they coming back to session? Because we do have to report minutes of how many minutes each kiddo is with us. The biggest thing is, are they doing independent work? Are they participating by following through in their independent work? What is their independent work? Seesaw. You're gonna see that. If I see their work, I have like a digital journal, and parents, if you signed up for it, you can check what work has been turned in for them. That's our digital journal where I keep track of their work. The biggest thing is that daily agenda. That daily agenda is their best friend. Okay, and I know sometimes I did an oopsie the other day with it, but that's like our guide. They need to have that on their digital device so that they can go from class to class, from group to group. Today, can I tell you, they had a great day. Monday? Yes, Senor.
In terms of Seesaw,
Yes.
the daily agendas are up there, and they're still like active even after the day they're assigned. Do you
Yes.
want us to do something to them to deactivate them or turn them in so they're not active anymore? Or
You know what? That's a good question. I've never taken anything down from Seesaw. I've always kind of kept it up there just as like a reminder that it's there. But it's okay. You can turn it in if you want to, so you don't see it on your scroll. You can go ahead and do that. That's fine.
I got you. It's not stressful either way. I was just curious as if you wanted something.
No, that's a
to be
good
done.
question. I never thought about that. Thanks.
I put a check mark in there so that way I know not to, or he knows not to go in agenda, because he goes back if not.
Oh, that's smart.
If he doesn't pay attention to the day.
Things that you've said completed, and they check it, and then you check it off. That's perfect. Yeah. So that's the biggest thing, and I'll share that with you on the agenda, and I'll go ahead and I should have that here. But the biggest thing, and I'll get off the presentation so we can talk about this. This is a part where the whole group session and small session, the biggest thing, and I can tell you that has worked for me so far, is really setting alarms. Even as an adult, I put the times that I need to go on to the next group on my phone, because I'm that type of person, as you can tell, that I keep going. And I keep going, and I'm on a roll, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't get to this. So putting in a timer for your kiddo is a great tip. You can put Alexa on, and Alexa's probably better than reminding us than some adults sometimes, because they're like automatic. You can set up Alexa, you can set up your phone, set up a timer, whatever works for you. But it's really, I stick to that agenda like as close as I can. And again, you guys have been great, patience and understanding. Like yesterday was hard. I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday I was like, oh my goodness, what happened? today, it was so smooth. The kids came back, they left, they came back. Today felt so good. And that's what I finished the day with, saying I was grateful for my class, because today they did the work. I did the work. I guided. It was a beautiful day today. So I know that has to do a lot with the ups and downs, but today was a great day. Now it could be our best friend, or sometimes it can give us a headache. So this is our agenda. If you see right here, so what I did for this week is I'm keeping the same meeting agenda, or the same link for this week. So it's just easier, and the kids can just, if you need to type it in, it's just Moodle 1 and the whole thing. So it's easy. So I just want to reiterate the fact of going back. So here you see we join in, we're fine. Up to this point, everybody's good. Everybody's good with me. Where the breakdown is right here, okay? Like, this is the time where I lose my kids, and it's the group time. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna get off of this so that I can see you, like I can talk to you guys like this. One of the things is, the reason why we're doing small group is because I wanna make sure that I give them that time that they need, okay? I can very easily put them in a virtual room and they can just be there working by themselves. I've been put in a virtual room by myself. I didn't like it. I felt lost. Like, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm by myself. So that's why I'm trying the groups. I'm trying the breakout rooms, so that they have that group with them, that they can still socialize, because they're talking, and I give them, talk about reglas today, and they were talking about it and drawing about it. So that's why I do that. But I do want some feedback, because it's the first time that I do it. Mr. Ben.
Ben has actually really enjoyed the social time in the break room.
Yes.
He hasn't said anything about it, but I'm always around, and he
Yeah.
really is really enjoying the times being able just to talk with the kids.
Yeah, no, thank you for that feedback, because I tell you, I mean, I don't know if you guys have caught that in me. I'm social. I love to talk. And I want to give my students that opportunity to still have some kind of that social, interaction with their friends. So it's not just Maestra Muro all the time. Bless their hearts. They're going to get tired of watching me, literally see me for all these hours. So I want to give them that time. And like today, I gave them, they were talking about rules, reglas. I'll come back and I go to the other room and they're like, whoa, Maestra Muro showed up. I go, Maestra Muro's magical. I have magic. I show up, and they think it's cute, or I think they think it's cute. So it just kind of keeps them going. So that's why I wanted to try the small group, one for the social, but two, really that academic component. That's where I get to really pinpoint, this is what this kiddo needs. I'm going to focus that with them. So I know it's hard because they're in and out. But I tried to revise it. I don't know if you guys noticed, from Monday to Tuesday, I added more Zoom icons so that they could just click on it, just to make, so I don't want to lose anybody. So I wanted to kind of talk to us in the sense of that. I'm going to share the PowerPoint again really quick. And now you guys know what these kiddos go through, poor things. Okay, so these are the digital platforms. And I know that they're new compared to last year. Last year, the only thing you guys might have used was probably just Seesaw, and it's kids. So now we're adding that Smarty Ants and iReady. So now they have 4 digital, and I can even add Epic to it. So they have these digital platforms that they have access to now. So where do they get this? I've put all of these in our blog, like under my tablero, where they can click on it and it takes you directly to that. Or if they go on to cvesd.org, when they log in, like orange button, Then the red button, they have access to Smarty Ants and iReady. Seesaw, Raz Kids, and Epic, that's a different app, okay? And just so that you know, again, the assignments, they go live at 8:15. Don't feel pressure like, I have to finish everything on one day. Oh my goodness, kiddo. No, it's okay. They can finish it in the week. They're fine. I just want to make sure that they're doing some work, that they're practicing what I'm teaching them. Smarty Ants, that's the way that they're going to be assessed. These are going to be, and when we have parent conferences, I'm going to share results with you from Smarty Ants and iReady from that digital test that they took. So they will be assessed 3 times with this, okay, with both of these. These are our district local measures. So if they practice 20 minutes a day of Smarty Ants, if they're on there, that's going to take them to that year growth that we want for them. And Smarty Ants is going to get them ready for Achieve 3000 when they get to 2nd grade. So it's those, basically those building blocks. iReady, that's basically, their assessment was in Spanish, but their lessons are in English. So, bless their little hearts, they're getting all this instruction in Spanish, but then it shows you how language transfers. They're going to be able to do it on iReady, okay? So again, if you hear the English iReady, it's because all the Spanish lessons haven't been completed yet, but they're working on it. So we'll see. Raz Kids, again, it's just a different other opportunities for them to read. Seesaw. So Seesaw, you guys probably have class for your child and family for you. Okay, so what I want to show you is with Seesaw, your child can write on the assignments that I give them. Okay, so for example, here's my activity. Okay, it's on here already. So when your child goes to add response, I'm the sample student, okay? I don't want to mess with anybody's work. They go here and they can type, which I know could be a little hard, or if you have a stylus and you have a touch screen, they can do that. Like for example, mine is touch screen. So they do this, they can do that. That should be a 0. 1, 2, so they can write on it. So you don't have to print it if you don't want to. So when they are done with their work, all they have to do is push green and it's submitted to me. And then I can check what work your child has done. So everything that I put on Seesaw, you don't need to print unless you want to. So I just want to emphasize that. Any questions on Seesaw? Everybody okay?
Yes. I printed because we tried to make it like this, and he was upset. He said, I don't want it, and that's why I prefer to print it.
Yeah, and that's fine. If you want to, that's fine, no big deal. And then you guys, some of our parents that do print, they just take a picture, upload it as a PDF, whatever, no problem. That works fine. So we just wanted, the reason why we chose to use Seesaw is because since we don't have that ability, like we're at school to give you guys those hard copies, that was our way to kind of minimize the paper so you don't have to print things. But if you know your child and you think that that's going to work better, then by all means, please go ahead and print, no problem.
Maestra.
Yes.
You can also magnify that sheet on Seesaw. There's like a plus sign, so you can make that square bigger so the kid can actually write the number.
Yes.
Because if not, it stays small.
Yes. So when you go onto that page, there's like these 3 ellipses, those 3 little dots. You can make it bigger if you want to. But just make sure it doesn't leave the slide, or that little area it has. But yeah,
I know,
you can do
because
that.
last time Brianna made it too big and then you couldn't see it.
Yeah. So again, Seesaw is an easy way for us to kind of just check that they're doing work. And this is a way that we're checking for participation, that the kiddo's doing their work.
Maestra,
Yes.
I printed out for Kaylani, and because I want her to practice her handwriting because it's not very good. But for me, it was easier when you let it go out live the night before. That way I print it out. So in case I have to work the next day, she's prepared and she's ready to go. If not, my mom or my husband, they're struggling. And then she says, well, it's not printed, so I don't have to do my homework.
Okay. You know what? I can go ahead and, since I send them at 3 o'clock, like 3 or 4, I put them on Seesaw. I can go ahead and make the link live, no problem.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, because the first 2 or 3 weeks, you were doing that, and it was great because I printed them out at night, and then I kind of showed her, oh, this is what you're going to be doing. And she was like, okay.
Okay.
I have it. And now it's like we do it that day of, and she is not not happy.
Okay, so me doing that ahead of time is going to make it a lot easier. No problem.
Yes.
I can go ahead.
Thank you.
I'll start tonight. I'll put that on.
Oh, thank you so much.
This helps me too, because I want to make life easier for you too. I don't want you guys to think, ay, esta maestra. No, I want you guys to know that I truly do want to help as much as I can, because I know it's already challenging, but I don't want to make it as challenging. So thank you for your feedback.
Oh, and then also another thing, sorry. She wants to participate in class, but she just raises her hand like this, and you can't really see her, and everybody else, they unmute themselves, but she says they're not following the rules, and she never gets called on. And sometimes she's just like, well, why do I raise my hand if I don't get called on? It's always the kids
breaking it.
Yes, it's always the kids that interrupt, they get called on.
And you know what? Thank you for bringing that. Again, like, these are some things that I'm learning too, because, like, for example, right now that I'm sharing my screen, because I'm sharing it with you guys, I only see 6 boxes. So I have to kind of scroll to kind of see everybody else. So that's why sometimes I don't see like the whole class. So I just asked my husband if he could buy me a small monitor, so I can have the class on one monitor and have my laptop on the other, so I can do both. So I know that that's my goal, because I do want all the kids to participate. I do, especially in dual immersion, I want them to speak as much Spanish as they can, because this is their place to practice. So, but thank you for that feedback. I'll be more.
Okay, thank you.
That. Yeah, thank you. So just really quick. So just I wanted to share the Seesaw, that it's there for you, and you can send me messages on that too. And just know that parent conferences are coming around October 15th through the 23rd. So I'll be sending, just like you guys signed up for assessments, I'll be sending that for parent conferences. It'll be more of a progress report where I share data of the assessments I have given your child. So again, like, I've noticed attendance, I noticed that they're tired, so these are some of the behaviors that I'll be looking at and I'll be sharing with you. And you, again, these are just there for you as a reminder, but you guys have been great. And again, I talk about patience. You guys are beyond patient with me and this whole transition, but this class is so cute. Oh my goodness. So I do try to remind them of our little etiquette on how to behave. They're getting better at muting themselves. I just have to remind sometimes, I mean, and it happens, you know, I hear background, you know, or we hear things that we shouldn't be listening to. So I try to go on and mute all as soon as I can, you know, or I'll say, oh, I see that you're playing with this. So know that like when I scroll, I kind of see how they're doing. But again, these are those learning curves that I'm experiencing as well. Learning etiquette, and again, one of my biggest things is having that positive attitude, that will-do attitude. I try to incorporate, you know, little mental breaks where they can dance and move, and you'll see them dance and do the choo-choo wow that, you know, What does it mean? I have no idea, but it's catchy and it has them moving and dancing, you know? So it's just kind of giving them those opportunities. That learning pit, it's natural to feel stressed. It's natural to be frustrated and you're going to see some tears. But again, we're here. It's natural. It's natural for us as adults. So it's the same for kids. And these are, I just kind of put, let's talk about it. These are some things that I've kind of, noticed, just if you notice kiddos writing with the backwards D, B, don't have them correct all their work, because then I won't get to see what they're really doing on their own. So let them do a little bit of little mistakes here and there so that I can see what they can do. Technology glitches, you guys are great at that. Don't have to worry about that. We've been doing good overall. I did get this cool little, kind of looks like a little robot thing, and it's been working with the sound. So hopefully it keeps going. Again, the class materials. So a lot of you, I'm hoping most of you were able to go to school and pick up the big stack of things. What I do recommend is that slowly, I don't know if you've noticed, I'll tell them, saca esto, or take this out, and a lot of them are like, Mom, where is it? They start, and you can see that they panic, So a recommendation is if you have like a bin with their materials there ready to go, so that way they're not panicking. Just like in school. In school, I would have like a little magazine file and they would have all their things. If maybe you kind of have that, so they have things ready. I know, for example, for math, we're gonna start capítulo 1 of Go Math. So instead of this whole packet, you just take out that one book. For benchmark, again, we're starting. They're gonna need libro 1, 2, and then they're Go Math. Some of the materials that they got, again, were resources. For example, this libro de informativa, it's basically, they got the 3 genres. They got the narrative genre, opinion, and informative. Why? Because all of this is ready to go for them. If they need words, they're here. And I'm going to show them how to use it. But just know that that's why we just gave everything so that they have it accessible. Libro de palabras. If you see, how do I spell a word? It's all alphabetical order, and they could check some of their words here if they want to. Again, I haven't introduced it yet because I'm doing most of the modeled writing right now, but when they do the writing on their own, I'm going to show them how to use this book, okay? Palabras de alta frecuencia. It's a double-sided page. These are the high frequency words that your child needs to know by the end of the year. These are the words that I'll be assessing them. So like I started with the first 100 already. So then I checked off on parent conference day. I'm going to tell you which were the words that your kiddo was having a hard time with, and then we can kind of practice that. So this is basically a way for you to practice at home with them, because I use the exact same sheet when I assess. So it's just a way for them to practice their words. This is just extra paper that I provided for them, just for them to have. I'm trying to think what else I put in there. I think I have it on my other side. See, look, I don't even have all my materials here. I think I put number bonds and counting to 120. Again, those are resources for them to use. Like, let's say that they say, I want to do more work. If they were to tell you, they can use that. They can write, okay, practica. So those were just resources that we wanted to give, so you didn't have to print stuff out. Differentiation, again, this is the small group time. And if you notice, I have reading groups and math groups. So I just kind of put them all in groups right now. I'm gonna start moving them around based on how I see that they're performing, see how they're doing. So again, it's that getting to know the child. And return to school, I will keep you posted as soon as we hear anything. I can tell you that Sweetwater just announced that they're not coming back until 2021, January 2021 right now. Sweetwater just sent that. So again, we're kind of just, as news come out, then I'll share anything with you. So I just wanted to kind of keep you posted. If you guys remember this, all of this are all the things that I've provided you guys with. You guys can click on it. It'll take you to Seesaw, RazKids 365. It's on our blog, ready to go. Again, you guys have been great. Limit distractions. You guys, I do have to share a story with you because I went over, I went over how the importance of having balance, and if you get tired, it's okay to stand up and walk around, And one of my many days that I was having technical difficulties, one of the kiddos I could still hear some, but you guys couldn't hear me. I heard one child say, I don't know who it was, said, remember when Maestra Muro, maybe she went on a walk. Maybe she needed a little break. And I was like, they heard what I said, but I'm still here. I'm still here. So it's just cute to know that they are listening. You might not think that they are, but they are. So I just thought that was a cute little story. Know that I am here for support. Like as far as techie goes, I can help you with Seesaw, RazKids, Epic. I'm getting better with Smarty Ads and iReady. Office 3, like I know how to sign in and do all that stuff. If you need more than that, if you don't mind calling the help desk, because that's as far as my tech ability goes. Now, I shared all this information with you and I heard great feedback. Now I want to answer any questions that you may have for me. This is the time. So please talk to me, Mr. Ben.
Is there, you said there was a 20-minute a day Smarty Ant goal. Is there a goal for iReady as well?
Thank you. Yes, so iReady, the recommended time is if they're on for a week, like within a week, if they go from 45 minutes to 90 minutes in a week, it takes them to that next goal. So that's why we kind of assign like 20 minutes of iReady here and there so that they don't get it all at once. So we kind of chunk it. So yeah, thank you for clarifying. And I think the kids like Smarty Ants for some reason, like the whole little hormiga, which kind of a little, the flea helps you, and kind of odd little characters, but it keeps them engaged. Hola, Jagger.
Maestra, I have a question.
Yes.
For reading, do they have to use all of the reading resources they have, or no? Or they can just stick to one?
Can you give me an example? Like, what do you mean?
Like for reading, they have different apps. Let me give you the exact names. Hold on, let me go get the sheet.
No, you're good.
Like for reading, they have RazKids and they have Epic. When do we know when to use which one?
They can choose, you can see on there, they can choose Epic or RazKids. They could choose whatever, because some kids, and here's the thing, with Epic, it's more fiction and nonfiction. So it's really like a library. Epic is more of a library. Okay. RazKids is more of nonfiction text. So that's why I kind of put the balance, because sometimes some kids really just like the nonfiction and they prefer RazKids. Some kids may just like to search stuff up, like they're in a library, and just go ahead and read a book of their choice.
Because Rihanna doesn't really like Epic. She likes RazKids and Smarty Ants.
That's perfect. That's fine. And really, if they prefer to use, for example, Smarty Ants, that's fine, because we want them to kind of get comfortable with that, because when they come to second grade, because I'm already thinking I'm preparing them for second grade, that's going to help them when they go to Achieve, which is that next step after Smarty Ants.
Okay, and one last question.
Yes.
Brianna has not been on a small group except for math. She's going to be on a small group maybe tomorrow or Thursday?
Yes. So
Okay.
what I did, again, to kind of keep that social group and the groups going, and so they're not confused, I'm doing Monday, Tuesday will be group 1, group 2. And then Wednesday, Thursday will be group 3 and 4. Again, I wanted to keep as much like consistency with it. So tomorrow she'll be in a group, and I'll send the agenda with all the updated names and groups.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Anything else? Because this is your time. Yes.
I have a question. In Epic, we can go in because the email Jagger has, I think, is grown because it has a pound after, tiene un punto después de or. If we can go in.
No, he doesn't need his email. All he needs to do is go on to Epic, and I gave you guys my class code, and that's it.
With that?
Just
Okay.
put that, and then he just picks his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Maestra,
Sorry.
when Kehlani goes on Epic, if she goes around 5 in the afternoon, it says, oh, it's off classroom time. And
Yes.
that's like really hard for us, because if I'm at work and then when I come back home, I'm like, you need to read a book or you need to do something, and she can't get on it.
Yes. So thank you for reminding me. Actually, I had to post it on here. My Epic. So Epic is only available free during school hours. Only 8 to 4. And that's for everybody, like everybody. And like that was like our teacher, like Epic did that to all teachers and for students. If you want to have access after, then there's the price for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then also with RAS Kids, if she reads the books, like if she records herself, does she get more points, or do you go in there and then you?
I check, like right
Okay.
now I'm kind of getting them used to just logging in and doing that. So I go back and I check if they take a quiz, how are they doing? And then I'll move them through the levels. So if I see that level's too easy, I'm moving you to another level. So so that I do that. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up.
Okay.
Miss Drea, did I say that right?
Drea, yes.
Drea, okay.
I have a question, and since we're all here, when the kids are, because Roman went to summer camp, that was his first experience with Zoom. And so the teacher muted all the students. And I understand they're going to unmute themselves. That's not the problem. But like, you can hear my background because it's after school hours. So my son is playing music in his room. But can we as parents be mindful that they are in class and not conduct business or chit chat or whatever? Because Roman is very nosy and he's like, ooh, trying to figure out whose parents are doing what. And he's like, ooh, and that's just a big distraction.
It's natural. Thank you for bringing that up. And I tried, and I find like I've sent, I've sent emails. I try to send, ten cuidado, I can hear your background, So I'll go ahead and remind again. But I guess like this is the point, like you were saying, that as adults we need to keep in mind that they're still in school, that it is teaching time. And you're right that we need to conduct our, calls or whatever we need to do, not next to the child. Or sometimes I know that one of the things is like the headphones. Just because I have the headphones doesn't mean that I can't hear what they're saying around, So like at first, to be honest, I didn't know. I was like, oh, cool, headphones, no big deal. But no, like I still have to oh, sweetie, I have to mute you because I can hear everything that's going on. So it's just something, but thank you. Yes, and I'll send out again, I think after this meeting, just like friendly reminders. We've gone through a month. These are some things that I've noticed. I can send a like a little reminder. But thank you. No, I agree. Oh yeah, we're natural. We're called like chismosos, you know. That's like the chisme, like ooh, like the novela. What's going on, you know? So, and I did want to say something too. Um, I know the biggest worry, the natural worry, is Spanish, right? And I know I have some parents that might not speak the language, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, maestra, what are you doing? Or what are you saying? Ay, maestra, you know, I can tell you that your student, your child, I have seen them, I have heard them translate for you because they understand what I'm saying, you know? Um, Again, it's like those little growing pains. My biggest suggestion is, you know, if they have a question, I know they have great apps out there for support. Like, I guess they have like an extension for on Google that if you add an extension, like an add-on, there's a document in Spanish, it translated into English. I forget the name of it. It's like Google Translate. It's not like the Google just English and Spanish. And I'll double check and I'll send it to you. Like, for example, that's a tool that I would like for you to use for you, but I don't want the kiddo to, oh, let me just see it in English, because then they're going to get comfortable with English. And right now, my target language is Spanish. And I know that's hard. So I did want to like remind you of the program itself, that it takes years for them to learn Spanish. They already know English. They're going to get the English. They're going to get that English with them. But if we start mixing English, a lot of it, I'm just going to teach them English at home. You know, I would say, don't. You can read to them in English and they can read and do that. But if you're specifically teaching in English, that's where the sounds, they get confused. Like in Spanish, ah only says ah, and that's it. In English, it's not the easiest language sometimes. It has a different sound, a different spelling, and you know, the vowel combination, if you put them together and all of these rules, we have all these rules in English. In Spanish, ah is ah, and it's never going to change unless you have the accent. So I know, like, I don't want to be like harsh about it, but I do want you guys to trust us that they're going to get their English. And if English is their first language, they're going to get it. It's natural for them. So when you ask Maestra, how can I help at home? If you have like a book and you guys want to sit down and read an English book together, you read to your child or they read, no big deal. Yeah, ask questions about it, because most of those skills are going to transfer. Thinking skills are going to transfer. No big deal. But it's like the sounds in Spanish, that's where the struggle kind of gets to our kiddos. That's like the biggest thing. And I know it's hard because you're like, Maestra, but they don't I can't. No, they're doing fine. I can tell you, this group, I see it, I hear it. Again, I think earlier in the meeting, I don't know how they're managing, and again, it's because of you, but they've been troopers. They've been little superheroes starting fourth quarter of kindergarten. So they've kind of kept going. So my job as a teacher is to keep going with that kinder momentum, and I'm adding that first grade. And I do like natural. I know it's hard, but in the Spanish language, if you say hablas español and you say yes, we keep going and you won't stop us. It's natural. Oh my goodness, you know, and we use our hands and we do that. But if you notice, I repeat myself a lot. And I use my hands a lot. I draw a lot. So those are all things that I try to reach out to children if they don't understand me sometimes. And you can see their face. I'll say, ¿me entiendes? And sometimes some kiddos will say it in English. And I'll just say, sí, muy bien. Because they understood. They just use their English language to make that connection. So I don't want you guys to be it's natural to worry, but I can reassure you that our program has been very, very, very successful. And our kiddos truly, by the time they leave 6th grade, they're going to be bilingual, biliterate, and natural, like no big deal. They're going to be speaking Spanish before you know it, and just it comes out naturally. And here's another one. If they know you speak English, like as parents, they're not going to speak Spanish around you. They won't. When you least expect it. And so then or they know, okay, that person doesn't speak Spanish, they'll use it. But if you're like, ándale, speak it, they're not going to. For some reason, they're just like, I know it, but I'm not going to say it right now. It's kind of like, until they feel more comfortable with it, they'll just naturally come out. So that's about it. I wanted to make sure that, I answered any questions, like those great suggestions on me printing or sending those links a little bit earlier so you guys can print if you want. Seesaw, and know that I'm here. I'm very, you can reach, sometimes I'm a little, I know, sometimes I'm emailing like at 10 because I'm just up and I reply, or I'm still working because I love what I do. And I know this class is a special class. I saw it day one, just the way they came in and the way that they greeted. And today, I don't know if you guys heard what they're grateful for. The things that they said, about their mom, their dad, their friends, their teacher, it just felt really good. And I know a lot of it has to come from you. And I do want to truly say thank you, because I wouldn't be able to do this without you. Truly, this year, you guys are my right hand. And I truly appreciate your support, your flexibility, your understanding, and your patience, because I can see the progression already, and it's only been the beginning of 4th week. So know that I'm here for you. If you guys need anything, please reach out. Email me, send me a message, Seesaw, whatever you guys want to reach out, I'm here for you. So thank you guys, and know that those kiddos are mine. They're always going to have Muro in them for the rest of their school, and they better invite me to their high school graduation if they remember me when they're 18, and I'll be a little older, but it's okay. So if you guys, I'll go ahead and I'm just going to stop the meeting. Stop the recording, but I'll just, so it doesn't. But I'm going to go ahead and stop. And thank you for coming. I'm just saying it to have closure, la conclusión, parents. And then we'll go ahead and stop. There we go. Gracias por venir.